Hey everyone, it's Josh with Spiritual Guidance. I'm so glad to see everyone here. Very happy that you're watching my videos. So, my last video, I was talking about myself. I was introducing myself to the world. I explained a lot of what I've went through in my journey. Um, how I've talked with my spirit guides, how they guided me to where I am now, how they guided me to get in contact with them, how they went about doing that. They guided me to other people in the world to help me with things like that. I explained some things about the spiritual awakening process, and a few other things. So if you haven't seen that video and you want to get a little more acquainted with me, uh, feel free to go watch that. If not, and you just want to watch this video, that's perfectly fine also. Um, Today I want to talk about the different paths that I see people going down with their spiritual awakening. So, for the most part, people are awakening and they're going a good route. They're wanting to be love in the world. They're wanting to be more compassionate, things like that. And the thing is at this point, the world is going into we're moving into the fourth dimension. And in the fourth dimension, there's no room for this negativity. There's no room for this mean-spirited people. There's no room for it. So what's happening is people are being awakened, fast-tracked, if you want to say it that way. We are, sometimes it would take a lifetime to awaken and fully learn everything. Whereas now people are awakening, and 2 years later they know everything, and it's on from there. And their awakenings are being triggered a lot faster. It's instead of figuring it out yourself, and if you figure it out, we'll be there to guide you, kind of thing. Now it's your spirit guides are coming down. Hey, see us. We're ready to guide you. So. It's crazy. I see a lot of people awakening, including myself. If you haven't watched the other video, I have only been awakened for about 2 years now. It's been the most hectic, crazy, scary, amazing, best 2 years of my life, honestly. I mean, from the beginning of my awakening until now, I mean, my whole job situation has changed, and it's still changing. It's going to be 10 times better. I'm working towards, my guides and myself are working towards making my work home life a lot better. Financial freedom I already have, and I didn't have it when I started my awakening. And it's not all about money. It's really not. This world it's crazy that we depend on money so much. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Everything has gone great for me. And I want you to know that if you work with your guides and your spirit guides and your angels, your family members past, loved ones past, it helps you out a lot. It really does. It gives you the guidance that you need. You become more vibrational with the universe, and things just work better. Now that I got sidetracked and went on that rant, but it is good, get in touch with your spirit guides. I highly recommend it. So basically, what I'm talking about today is the different spiritual awakening paths. Obviously, there's more than one. There's two that I'm really aware of and seeing a lot of. So you have the one, spiritual awakening, where, like me, so we have people that are awakening. They're getting that nudge from their spirit guides. All of a sudden they're hearing spirits. Their gifts are opening up for some reason. and they don't know what to do with it. You have people that are all knowing all of a sudden. You know everything. It's um, all of a sudden you're sitting there. Someone says, "I wonder what this person's doing," and you just know what's happening. You know what they're doing, and that's called claircognizant. And I'll make videos about that also. Um, but basically, it's people are awakening quick, and it's coming on quick. Um, excuse me. So basically, we are awakening for the good. All I want to do is I want to open my gifts more, and I've been opening them more and more and more as we go. Um, each week it's something different. There's a new lesson each week, and it's amazing. It really is, and it can get stressful at times too. It really can, but it's so worth it. It really is worth it. So people are working on healing themselves, and we're more worried about compassion. We're more worried about spreading love in the world, being that light in the world, being that light for others, um, doing everything we can to spread love and goodness into this world, because there's just simply not enough of it. I go somewhere and all I want to do is help people. So we have people awakening that way. We have light workers being brought in. A lot of the kids nowadays that are being born are, and let me say this, children are born with all of their gifts open. It's the grooming that we do as parents, the world, or as a society. We kind of close all those gifts for our children because we simply put, we just don't believe in any of it. Now I do, my wife does, and there's plenty of others that do. But for the most part, if your child comes in and says, "Hey, Mom, John's in my room and he won't quit talking to me," and the mom says, "Who's John?" and they say, "Oh, it's the guy standing in the corner." Well, you go in and there's no John or no guy standing in the corner, but I'm pretty sure that parent's going to feel that spirit is in the room, because you can feel it, even if you're not sensitive and everything. Everyone's sensitive to a certain point, but you feel when there's a spirit there. You feel when something's a little off, or when something's watching you, pretty much. So that child then shuts their gifts down because they think, "Oh, it's just imaginary," and that's the end. Even me. So I see spirits. I see them with my third eye. So I'm not seeing them like they're standing there, but I see them like they're standing there in my mind. It's kind of hard to explain, and I will explain that in another video because it's a lot to explain. So if I wanted to, I can just ignore them and continue to ignore until my gifts just shut down, because I'm not using them, I'm not exercising them. It's like a muscle. If you're not exercising, it's just going to go down. So anyway, that is pretty much one track that everyone's going. We have Reiki healers. We have just regular energy healers that are doing a different style of pretty much Reiki. We have all the different types of light workers out there. We have spiritual advisors out there, mediums, spiritual counselors, all of that are out there trying to help people. We go out, we see someone in need, we help them. We go out and walking down an aisle in the store and you see someone having a bad day, you say hi to them. Things like that. So that's one path that a lot of people are choosing to go down. And then you look at the world and you see that we're so divided, obviously. You see it in the news, you hear it on the radio, you see it on social media. You might be a part of it. And if you are, I understand. And that's what this video is about, is to help others understand what people are going through. It's not right to be a part of the bad and things like that going on in the world, or the anger, but I understand, and I'm getting to that now. So there's a lot of corruption going on in the government. There's a lot of bad guys and women. There's a lot of bad people out there. um, so basically, there's the good path, and then there's the path where the people are confused, and that is what a lot of people are doing, are going down. Also, is they start to awaken. They start to see things for what they really are. They might not necessarily be talking to spirits, talking with their guides. They might not um, have any psychic abilities at all. But they start to see the world for what it is and people for who they are. And it's being exposed everywhere also. And then you get into the same process that you get when you have a spiritual awakening. You go searching for that knowledge of spiritual stuff, that spiritual knowledge. You learn how to do energy healing. You learn how to speak with your spirit guides to help you. You learn how to help talk with spirit to help others. You learn a lot of good things. But on the other hand, these people, instead of searching for that stuff, they get online and they start searching corrupt government stuff. And I'll be the first to admit it. That stuff's interesting. It really is. The conspiracy stuff, it's incredibly interesting. And it's a lot of it's true. People were, the people with the tinfoil hats and things like that. A lot of that stuff is true, unfortunately. Now, these people are going online and they're searching and searching and searching, and they find all this information on a corrupt government, corrupt big corporate businesses, corrupt police, just all of that. A lot of bad things. So when they actually see all this bad stuff, instead of saying, you know what, I am going to go this way and try to make the world a better place. I'm going to try to make the world more compassionate, make the world have more light in it, more love, just love each other, have each other's backs, stand together as one. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your sex, the way you identify yourself, none of that matters. You might not like it, and you might not agree with it, but it doesn't matter. So the big thing is the media, who is corrupt also, in my opinion, we are being brainwashed. We have whites versus black. We have white versus Muslim, white versus everything, and blacks versus everything. It's terrible what they're doing. They're dividing us, and it's negative. It's terrible, and these people are getting caught up in that. So instead of saying no, we're not going to let this divide us. I know that I don't have an issue with any other race or any other sex or gender or anything, and I'm not going to let the media tell me what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to get mad about them doing that. Even if you're down the good path, you still can get angered by it, but it's what you choose to do with that anger. And these people are getting confused. They don't understand that this anger can be translated or alchemized and turned into good. It can be turned into love. And if you take that bad, that negative, and you bring it in and then you release it and send out good, loving energy, you're doing good. You're doing good for the world. You're doing good for the universe. You're doing good for yourself, your neighbors, your friends, everyone in society, and you're helping them. Now, these people get mad and they don't know what to do with their anger, so they feed into it by thinking that they're doing the right thing. And they don't know, they don't understand, they're confused that they are really just mad right now. And they have so much anger and they're so confused because they have so many different people telling them different things to think. And instead of forming their own opinion and doing good with it, they might form their own opinion and be hateful towards a certain group, or be hateful towards a certain side, a sex, gender, anything, and that causes the divide that they're mad about. So it's like a revolving circle. So you're mad because the blacks hate the whites, or you think the blacks hate the whites, or this person wants to be a girl but he's really a guy, and you're mad about that, and you send this angry energy towards it, and it just feeds into it, and it brings that anger right back to you, and it just makes you more angry, and you get angrier, 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 until the whole world is what it is right now. You know, that's why the world is how it is. Everyone is getting angry, and they get confused. They don't know what to do with it, so they put more anger out into the world, and that anger gets brought right back to them, and it makes them even more angry. And then they're sitting there angry, and then they see on the news, or the media, anywhere, and they tell them, you should be mad at this group, or this group hates your group, so now there's a divide there. So now that person, with their anger, they are confused on what to do with it, so they push that anger towards one side or another. They choose, because that's what they're forced to do, and they choose which side they want to be on, not understanding that no matter what side you pick, you're wrong. You're not necessarily wrong, but you're still putting that anger into it. You're putting that negative energy into it. You have these two groups. Now, it's not this side and this side. This is us. You know, it's that simple. We are one. It doesn't matter what color or what you are. And we need to work together. Now, let me tell you, if you're watching this and you are one of those people that get angry, instead of turning it into love or compassion, anything like that, I want you to understand that I understand. And there's a lot of people that do understand what's going on. Now, I'm here to try to help you get through this. Now, I understand that it's going to be hard to break the pattern that you're stuck in. Don't get mad. Let me rephrase that. Go ahead and get mad, but don't take your anger out on anyone, because you don't know the true story of anything unless if you were there, unless if you were that group. So instead of taking your anger, getting confused, and just throwing negative energy in every direction that you can because you don't know what to do with this negative energy that you're being sent, just understand that there are people here to help, and there are people that truly want all of us to work together. And if us as a whole can work together, a corrupt government, any negativeness, any of that, it's not going to work. It's not going to have a place here in this world. It just isn't. And I truly do think that at this point we are in sort of what you would call a purge. I think that we as a society are starting to awaken, and there's a lot more people doing what I'm doing right now. We're kind of putting this out there and trying to put in, or take the people that are confused and help them understand that, you know, you are awakening. You have a right to be mad, 100%. It's what you do with that anger is what matters. Now, and when you get angry, instead of getting mad at whatever you're angry about, instead of getting mad at them, take that anger, bring it in, sit with it for a second and try to understand why that person, that group, that anything did what they did or are doing what they're doing. Also ask, are they really even doing what they're doing? And then, instead of getting mad and spreading more hate towards them, that's just going to cause more hate in the end, which is what you're mad about to begin with. You need to understand that. Instead of doing that, turn it into love and pray for that group. Pray for that person. Pray for those people. And try to be the light that you want them to be. Try to be that good person in the world that you want everyone else to be. Don't spread the hate. That's what is continuing to happen. So instead, let's just love each other. Let's spread compassion. Let's spread the good and make this world a better place again. Now, I'll tell you, when I first started this awakening, I went down what people call the rabbit hole. And I was starting to get mad. I was starting to get really angry about all of the conspiracies and things like that. And then I thought about it, and first off, by going on social media or anywhere, there's absolutely nothing that I can do where I'm at right now to change anything. So anything that I put online or anything is just going to draw up more anger, more hate. So there's no point in it. Now, instead of putting hate or drawing in and putting my energy into something and starting a big conversation and making people in the comments on Facebook or something, people are arguing back and forth, that's not what we need. So instead, when you get angry and you want to go online and you want to express just how angry you are at a certain person, certain group, certain anything, situation, instead of doing that, let's pray for them, and then let's put something positive out there for people to see. So instead of putting that message that you're mad at this group or you stand with this group, and then people start saying, well, I stand with this group, and then it ends up a big argument. Instead of going there and causing that big negative bunch of energy, let's try to pray for them, and let's try to put something positive out there. And what that does, when you put positive out in the world, there might be 300 people, there might be 2,000 people that see it. And out of those 2,000 people, there might only be one person that it actually touches. And that's okay. If you each week can touch just one person and help them turn for the good, or just brighten their day, or make them want to spread good. So if you just help one person a week, you can help that one person will help another person with what you just spread to them. They'll feel the love, they'll feel the good, and then they will spread that good to someone else. And then that other person will spread that good to another 2,000 people. And then one out of that 2,000 will spread it, and it keeps going. So eventually you keep spreading the good. And if you are just a high vibration and you go out and you are being that light that you want in the world all the time, and just showing people the right way when you can, it goes a long way. And I think that on a vibrational level, if we as a whole can bring our vibrations up, bring our oneness more and our love that we would all have for one another and our compassion, if we can just have that, there's no stopping us. There will be no place for negative, and because negative hates positive. It's that simple. So when we're spreading positiveness throughout the world, that negativeness either tries to corrupt it or it tries to run away from it. And if we are all staying true to each other and spreading love and oneness, that negativeness it stands no chance. And all the things that we're mad about, even though you might not be able to see it being good again, or us being able to get along again, or this or that, it will happen, and it can happen. You don't have to be able to see it or vision it in order for it to happen. So I'm going to end this on saying, let's just spread the love. Let's spread the light. Let's all be one with each other. And let's all let's pave the way for each other. Any chance you get, just be nice. Just spread some love. Be nice to someone. Make their day. If you see someone frowning in a grocery store, or not frowning, but just not looking happy, walk by them and say, hey. They might give you a dirty look. They might tell you to F off or something, you know? But at the end of the day, that helped them. I know it helped them. And that one person that you walk by and you say, hey, how's it going? Just that, hey, how's it going? Could have saved that person from going home and killing themselves, you know, or something that drastic. You never know what someone else is going through. So let's be nice to each other. Let's love one another. And let's create a oneness like this world has not seen in a long time. We can do it. And it starts with you. It really does. It starts with you. So I'm going to end this on that. I really appreciate you watching my video. It means the world to me. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can get a notification, or just when you get on YouTube, you'll be able to see that I posted a video. Be one of the first ones to watch it. As I go a little further, I'll be doing free giveaways, things like that. Something like a free reading to the 15th comment, I don't know, 15th like, or randomly through the likes, I don't know, I'll figure it out, but I will be doing giveaways and things like that, so give me a follow. I'll also start doing live videos where I'm doing live readings and things like that, but I want to kind of warm up to YouTube here for a little while, get used to this is new for me. So if you liked what I had to say, please give me a comment. If you didn't, you can leave a comment also. Please leave the negativity away. I won't respond to negativity, and I encourage anyone watching this, if you see a negative comment, send them a prayer. Pray for them. Send them some love. Tell them God bless. Tell them I love you. You know, tell them it's all going to be okay. And it will be. So, I appreciate you all sticking through this with me. I will talk to you on the next one. And I'll close this with just saying God bless. I love you all. And until next time, thanks.